Good day, good evening, or good night. My name is JolttronTitan and welcome to my channel! Now, this is my first video ever. Like ever. So, thank you so much for being here. It means the absolute world to me. As you can see, I'm a furry. And you probably are too if you're watching this video. I wasn't just born this way. Furries aren't made in just a factory. I was influenced by multiple things, but there are a couple main ones. I was born at a very young age. Shocker, right? Except my family was different. Much different. I have no father. Genetic one, technically, but no legal father. And instead, I have two mothers. Now you may think, as a kid who has two mothers, this kid got bullied and found the furry fandom as a place to be secure. Wrong. Very wrong. Growing up, I was a bit of a jerk. I was a bully, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. And it's part of my past. Maybe you'll see it into me now if you know me in real life.
Actually, before we move on...
Now, a bit of a disclaimer. I know my fursuit is incomplete. Sure, it's partial. I am missing a backside. My teeth here, yeah, those are just in a box. They're all formed. I'm a coward, and I don't want to glue them in. And a neck piece right here. Come on, eventually. And most obvious of all. Here, dear. Don't worry. This thing, it's being worked on. It's just a football. It's only gonna be the first video, I swear. Now, most furries, when they grow up, there is this one show, book, or some kind of piece of media that turned them into a furry, and I'm no exception. I was a brony. Shocker, right? So many shockers. Plenty more to come, don't worry.
Now you see, what I do is I get my iPod from downstairs, bring it up to my bedroom, go in the top bunk and replace myself with a stuffed animal, sneak down the bottom bunk so that it would look like I was not there, and just watch My Little Pony all night long until about 1 o'clock. That and Stampy's Lovely World. Yeah, my parents never found out.
Friendship is magic. That is so ironic considering how much of a jerk I was. Moving swiftly on. When I was old enough, I joined Beaver Scouts. And that was a very big influence to me. I was up there for about 3 years, and I went on to Cubs for 3 years, then Scouts, which, mind you, that was some of the best times of my life. And now I'm in Ventures, and that's kinda... Now, Beavers was fun, but real action started in Cubs, the next level up. And that's kinda where it gets just a bit more deeper in lore, and wolves. Can you guess what else turned me into a furry? Wolves. The Cubs lore goes is that we are in Akela's pack, from the Jungle Book. And we're learning our ways to become a wiser and better member of the pack. Anyway, the program, it taught me to be a better person. Did I keep on verbally abusing people? Yes, I did. That didn't go away for a little while. So I'm living my best life as 10-year-old me. And every year, I've gone to the local pride parade as gay family. And there was one year, I think it was when I was 9, 10 years old. And something happened that day that kind of changed my life for the better. Admittedly, it was 6 years later, but changed my life. I saw a fursuiter. Wah! So with all this furry just brewing up in my head, I was curious and I want to know more about what furries are. What did I do? Nothing! I did nothing about it. I just kind of had furries in my head, and I didn't think about it again for a very long time. Let's fast forward about 4 years now, and I'm in junior high. I'm kind of a bit depressed. I was sad at the time. I didn't feel sad, but I was. I was losing friends, kind of just dropping like flies, one at a time. Didn't have many to start off with, though. Most of my friends were just allies. And I have trust issues now.
Mainly because I didn't trust myself.
Yes, this is when he joins the fandom. Definitely. No, not yet. Destiny hasn't fallen upon me yet. I was just chilling around. Every day I'd walk around the school as many times as I can, not even playing Pokemon Go. I didn't start playing Pokemon Go until like the year after that.
These days, I'm a Pokemon Go addict.
And then what did I do? I did nothing else. I only had one best friend that I actually truly trusted. And this is it's a sad time in my life. This is about a year ago. I was on my graduation trip for middle school. So that day was supposed to be a day full of amusement. It's like this town was ripped out of a cartoon and just slapped on the side of Niagara Falls. Like Calvin Hill. It's a hill. It's a hill of some kind, I swear. And there's this one big Ferris wheel that we saw, and me and my trusted friends and 2 others, they wanted to go on it, but I said I didn't want to spend the money on that eye of the sky, and it's one of those things that I regret, but I'm glad actually I didn't do, because what happened after that was, it hurts my heart. I was waiting. I waited about 5 minutes. There's a bit of a lineup, so I understand that they haven't come back yet. They come back 10 minutes later, and 20, and then 30 is when I gave up. I lost all hope. My friends, they left me in the free streets of Toronto in a place I don't even live in. I trusted this man with my life, and he just threw it all away. Like, it was worthless, and yeah, I can see where it's coming from. I wasn't nice to him at all when I was growing up. Remember I said I only had one trusted friend, and that one friend no longer had my trust at all? I lied a little. There was one other friend I had. He is watching this video right now, I guarantee you. I'm trying to turn you into a furry. I know you're watching this. Yeah, but the funny thing was, I bullied this kid. I thought he was a loser. I thought he really didn't have a good place in this world, but he stuck around and he wanted to be my friend, and I don't think I'd be here today if it wasn't for him.
Guess what's next? Depression!
I had 2 roads of life now. I could end it all right there and nothing could bother me anymore. I would be happy. Everything would just be over. 2, I could turn over a new leaf. Start something new. I could be nice. I could be a new person. I could be myself. And that's the road I choose. I wanted to become a new person, but I was lost. I didn't have anywhere to go. Later that summer, there was one event that was going to happen that I've been saving up for over a year. World Scout Jamboree. And if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a scout camp, only it's some random place in the world, whether that be Japan, North Korea, not North Korea, would be South Korea, might just be Spain, or in this case, West Virginia, USA. So I was placed inside a contingent with people all over the provinces of Canada, that being pretty much only from Newfoundland. We had a lot of Newfoundlanders in our patrol. But there I met one person from, I believe, Ontario he was, and he reminded me of something. He was a furry, and I thought to myself, I know this. And I didn't really ask him much, but that's when I actually started to mingle around with the idea of fur. So this guy being a furry, I didn't really talk to him a whole lot about being a furry. I talked to him, but not as a furry. And I was curious. I knew this was a community that was very accepting of people, and I needed to be accepted at that point in time. And moments after, like a week, I discovered Ash Coyote's survival guide to being transgender. I found that very fascinating.
What happened next was a sponsorship got the best of me. I downloaded Furry Amino.
I mean, I didn't really interact a lot. You can find my Furry Amino, and you can see what I posted in the early days, and it's, I don't know. I tried posting daily. It didn't work out. This is my first time pretty much using social media, so I'm just chilling around on Furry Amino in secret. Not tell my parents until, like, mid-November. I came to each of my parents individually at each of their houses because divorce. And I said to him right before I went to bed, I need to talk to you. And I told them the whole gist of what I wanted to do. I wanted to start something new. Being lesbians, I knew they would be happy and they wouldn't kick me out of the house for dressing up as an animal. Now, I wasn't really going around places in this community until one day. I'm just sitting in my hallway and in school, eating lunch like I usually do, and there's this girl next to me.
Blimey, she was drawing anime!
So with all the courage flowing in my veins, I start a conversation. I ask, "That's a nice drawing there. What is it?"
Don't remember what she said, but she said she was a furry, and that's all I remember.
I was in shock when she told me that. And she kind of got me the idea of making suits. So the new year rolls around. It's 2020, a new decade. I could start over again. Rarita and I, we meet up every once in a while, and we start making a suit head for her Pomeranian character, Rarita. So things start rolling around, but this is going slow. We ordered the fur, it came in, but you know, things were going slow since we could only do it when both of us were in the same house, and this is at my house, and mind you, I switch houses between two houses, and this is just baffling my head. It's like, wow. So that's when I start my own. I built the bucket head base a little bit differently, and then Friday the 13th came. And we went into quarantine. Can you guess what I did during quarantine? That's right. I'm born in this world now. I exist. And I have asymmetrical paws. Alright, let me see here. Oh, that's today. Yeah, and that's where we are now. I built my suit. I changed my life. And now I'm on YouTube. How brilliant is this? So, that was my journey. My furry journey. Interesting story, yeah? Tell me in the comments below. What was your furry journey? And how do you think mine was? Smooth? Not smooth? Rough? Painful? I think it was a bit of all. Go down and click that subscribe button below if you want to see more content. Kind of like this. Who knows? I'm still experimenting. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I like both kinds of feedback. So, without further ado, I'll see you in the next video. If that ever happens. I live. I'm alive.
Again, thank you so much for being here. Feel free to subscribe and share this with a friend. I'll be putting out similar content to this with my fursuit creations and other various things. So don't forget to wash your hands, stay 6 apart, buy gold, bye!
Did I leave something in the oven?